Hello and welcome to the FUHSO Insiders podcast, your go-to source for all things FUHSO. I am Mantra and I'm excited to be your host for today's episode. I have here with me my co-hosts Francis and Sam.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm excited to be a co-host for the very first time.
Hi everyone. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, new Mantra.
Alright, what about you, Sam?
Things are good, man. Things are okay.
Alright, so if you're joining us for the first time, if this is the first episode you're listening to, welcome, kudos to you. Like we said, this is your go-to source for all things FUHSO. FUHSO is the Federal University of Health Sciences, Otukpo, located in Benue State, Nigeria. Let's begin. We're going to be talking about all the things that happened last week and what we are expecting for the new week. So what happened last week?
Well, FUHSO happened. FUHSO has been happening every week. And FUHSO happened again last week.
I think last week was kind of short, or
I think last week was short, but yet hectic. Like every day was quite short. Like I don't know about every other person, but for the medical students, 24 hours was no longer enough. Like we were always on our toes last week. And I would just basically say FUHSO came with another layer of stress last week. Yeah, and last week's Shege successfully seen.
And I think it's been like that for almost all the sets, because I don't know, not one set has been left out of this Shege.
Yeah, a lot. Like for all the students, it's just been very, very hectic. Like Francis said, there was the GES presentation for the 100 level set A.
Yes, and I'm glad I witnessed it. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. So I was there. I saw it live. And, well, let me save the gist. But
for those 20 minutes of presentation, there were like 6 days of stressful preparation, man. Yeah. Rehearsals, planning, coming together almost every day, going in the middle of the night, preparing your essay. A lot of stuff went into that 20 minutes.
Littered all over the school. Like the way the set was littered everywhere. Like you could come to school, turn to your left, you see a group rehearsing in the basketball court, another group in the volleyball courts, some groups in the car park, some groups in the mini hall, some groups in the big hall. Like everywhere you turn. I think I even saw a group in front of the clinic and something like that. So everywhere, like, so I saw it like a trailer, and yes, so I actually anticipated the presentation itself.
And the presentation was quite interesting. I've also been seeing medical students walking around the school with bones.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's another phase of our lives now. We no longer interacted with the dead, but now with the bones, like dry bones everywhere. Like, you literally hear people asking questions like, guy, which bone are you with? Did you come with your bone? And stuff like that. Things that should feel weird are no longer weird to us anymore. Like, you see somebody with his bag and there's a femur hanging out, a bone hanging out from his bag. Somebody walking to the atria and he's with bones like a foot or an arm or something like that. But, well, I think basically all of that is in preparation to our steeplechase test, or should I say exam, coming up this Thursday. So yeah, more bones will still be seen this week.
What exactly is steeplechase?
Okay, steeplechase is a form of test. It's like a practical test for anatomy, specifically gross anatomy. Well, I think other courses do steeplechase, but steeplechase is just like the athletic sport where the one they call steeplechase is a race where you have hurdles. Now this one is anticipated to be something like that, where you have to identify specimens and answer the questions attached to them under the allotted time, which is probably 30 seconds or 40 if they are merciful enough. Whoa. So like you have so short a time to answer some questions on each station. So basically it's like this: you enter a hall, you see several stations with, let's say, cadavers or parts of the bodies or bones or something marked or pinned, and there are questions like STEM questions following it, maybe an A or a B question, and at each spot you have to answer something and you are doing that under 30 seconds or let's say 40, and if you don't get to answer it in that 30 seconds, they'll ring the bell, yes, and you have to move to the next station. So it's basically a steeplechase, let's put it that way.
I don't know how to put it. 30 seconds. What if I just trying to imagine it? Because if you are not done answering one question and then you have to move on to the next, there's no way you can go back, or
you can't go back. Except, well, according to what I heard, there may be rest stations, no, not breaks, rest stations. Like maybe there may be a spot where there's no question. So when you get there, you may have that extra 30 seconds to fill in what you could not fill. But I don't know who will even have that time to begin to think, because look, basically the questions may not be as difficult as you think, but there's no time actually. So I think the idea of the whole test is to know if you are so conversant with what you are doing. So it's like you come to a station, you see a muzzle tagged, you don't have all the time to think or reason. So they just want you to see and know, like the moment you spot a specimen or something, a part of the body, you should know this is what it is, this is what supplies it, this is what it does in the body, like basically. So you don't have the time to think, you don't, like let's just say it's training you or preparing you for certain emergencies in the future or something like that. So where you don't have time to think or reason, but you just have to do what's in front of you.
Wow. That's really crazy. I can't imagine it. Oh my god. You know what they try.
Okay, so we wish you guys success in your stickle chase. The 200 level medical students are not the only ones preparing for tests this week. The 100 level A are also preparing for tests. Their physics and maths test, I guess. And then the 100 level B are preparing for a maths test, and you can see them. You always know when 100 level B are having something because
there are so many.
They
just appear all over school.
Class is even full currently. Like, I don't understand. Do you know of recent, so many of them have met me to answer some kind of maths question, and some maths that I've even forgotten. You just know something is up, especially with the mass induction everywhere. I even heard they had a tutorial. So, well, I wish them success in their test.
Yeah, success to everybody writing a test. The 200 level, the 100 level sets A and B having a test. We wish you guys all the best. There was a basketball game on Saturday. It was an inter-team game, yeah, the Warriors and the Lakers, yeah.
Okay, we had another Warriors-Lakers game in FUHSO, and I think at this point, Lakers have even the series. They came out winners. I think by a score of 67-56. So Lakers had 67 points, Warriors had 56 points, and it was another good FUHSO game. I think one of the main things I noticed in this game was that our guys have really beefed up their fitness and stuff. Because for most of the game, I think it was 40 minutes, 10 minutes each quarter. Basketball game has 4 quarters, and there were no subs. So the guys played the full entire game, running up and down the pitch, just going on. I was like, wow, these guys have really improved, or their training is really taking shape and stuff. Okay, well, the beginning of the game got a bit delayed because they were waiting for the referee and had some issues with the coach and some other stuff. But by the time the game actually started, you could tell that they were really trying to prove a point to each other. I know nobody wants to allow the advantage to go to the other team, even though it's all one big FUHSO Giants family. There's still that competition between the Warriors and the Lakers. They got into a early lead. It was going trading back and forth. I think the game was even for most of it, the first quarter, and then second quarter came, and then the Warriors were really ahead. They had I think by the end of the second quarter, they had a lead of 12 points, 34-26. So the Warriors were ahead, and then I don't know. Abdul was really down for most of the week, and he's the center for the Lakers. And I don't know. In second half, he just decided to transform into Magic Abdul. It was crazy. He came in and just started pouring rebounds, blocks, shooting, and in no time at all, that third quarter they evened up the gap to the point where they were even Warriors started panicking this way. But then Akko also came to his own firepower, and Akko has been a consistently high scorer in too, and a lot of the other guys on the Warriors too. That team is known for firepower. Odidi played too. He was giving them defense, giving them rebounds, and a lot of things happened in the game. But most of all, at the end of the game, the Lakers were able to ride it out, come out victorious by 11 points, and I think it was just a good game, a good experience for all of them.
Yeah. So I didn't hear was Carl in the game, because I know the guy is known for his high flying stuffs and all that.
Carl was so in this game. Carl is part of the reason. I think Carl is going to end up being our man of the match once he starts. You see everything, because he had the second highest points, 23 points. 23 points. I think he had a lot of rebounds. So as usual, Carl is known for his rebounds in this team. So congratulations, Carl. You did really well in the game. I think.
Yeah. Kudos to the FUHSO Giants and to the Lakers too for winning the game. The stats is going to be available soon on our social media platforms.
And Akko once again had the highest points in the game, and I think it's becoming a very normal situation for him, because the last game they also played 200 level versus 100 level. Akko ended up with 46 points. I don't think we emphasized that enough. It's almost like a record for this school.
50, that's about half, almost half the points they made. The 200 level team.
Exactly. It's on another level. I think they ended up being nominated for the FUHSO Sports Person of the Year award.
Yeah, for FUHSO Awards, Akko was nominated. He was one of the nominees for the FUHSO Sports Person.
He was nominated. Then for the football team, we had TK and Coco. Do you notice that the two captains for the two teams were there, and we now have two good players also from each team, like TK. TK is very instrumental in the football team, and Akko too is very instrumental in the team. And the funny thing is, these men don't miss trainings. TK and Coco are always up to date. Even the last 100 level game, you could see their efforts, and with that magical goal Coco had. Yes, and you also see that if you observe the basketball court every time, you see AB, you see Akko. you see Abdul, although Abdul did not make the category, but those guys are they are training every time, even down to the night. Like they really do.
Yeah, so kudos to them. The voting for the FUHSO Awards is still ongoing. About the sports person, there was a video Zaddy dropped a trailer for that he was asking people if they would date a sports person in FUHSO. Who would it be? Yeah. So, but I don't think the video is out yet. Okay. Yeah.
Our content creators are really doing a lot in FUHSO.
Yeah, a lot of content creators, and there's now Bontus Junior.
Well, I think Bontus Junior. I don't know. He came up with a new different idea. I don't think anyone has done any like that kind of content in FUHSO so far. Yes, and it's risky. So far, people have been asking him, Bontus, calm down. Oga, calm down. The guy was like, don't worry, wait, next Friday, my video is coming out and all that. Yes, his videos, though, let me not say, but his videos are quite unique. Although we may have seen contents like that, but quite unique and risky. I will really emphasize on the risky. So far in 2 videos, that guy have chopped like more than 5 slaps. Like literal slaps. Sometimes I'm even scared for this guy. Like guy, are you the person even videoing this thing is not coming to rescue him in this is prank and all that, but well, I think it gets the audience to want to engage.
Yeah, for the sake of the content and the engagement, yeah. So that is a very, very good thing for FUHSO content creators. We have Echumba. Echumba dropped a YouTube short on Sunday night. Yeah, Echumba is a YouTuber, another content creator, and a TikToker. Yeah,
a few others too around school.
Yeah, and a few other content creators too. So you guys should keep up the good work. We know it's not so easy creating content. On Saturday, FUHSO Voices had their first rehearsals.
Yes, they had their first rehearsals, and I happened to be there. The turnouts were not as much as we expected, but the rehearsal went on fine. In just an hour, we learned a song using the software notations, and we learned the song. We could sing it perfectly, and we are still getting to know each other and to know our strengths and probably our weaknesses. But if the first rehearsal will go that fine, I would use it to beckon on every other person who has a good knowledge for music or who wants to engage music, especially in the aspect of singing, and all those who are into instruments. For example, I saw someone with a violin on Saturday. I saw someone with a saxophone on Saturday. Despite, apart from the fact we have so many guitarists in school, keyboardists and all that, but let me just invite every other person who love music. Yeah, please, we'll be meeting every Saturday. Yes, every Saturday, I think by 6 p.m.
So exciting to see communities coming together in FUHSO right now. Like, this is actually beginning to feel like an actual campus with different activities, different
concert for us.
FUHSO Voices in the year, bro.
Yeah. So about community, you're talking about communities. The FUHSO Indigo community also met on Saturday.
All right. Actually, somehow, I was still there.
We are very involved.
Yes, and actually, well, this is not so official though, because I don't think the school has allowed any official community in school. But it's just to know each other. Yes, and it's good to associate with people whom you have similar interests with. Yes, and as long as we are from the same ethnic group, it's best to just meet with ourselves and know how to help ourselves within the school premises. So yes, the meeting went very fine. A lot of talks from should I call them elders, from bosses like UC, from Mazidu Kolono, and a lot of them. And yes, Luchi Kitchen was there, and she
turned up with abacha.
No ma.
Yeah.
Like a plate for everybody. Like that was massive.
How was the abacha?
Guy, it was mind blowing.
Wow, Lucy Kitchen, if you are listening to this, you might want to get us abacha for our next podcast.
It's FUHSO Insiders official review.
Yeah.
To be good now.
Yeah, like Francis said, it's very good that communities are starting. The Indigo community is a community for students that are Igbo, from the Igbo ethnic group. So it's very nice to connect with people that you have similarity with, so that you will not feel alone. And that's part of our goal as FUHSO Insiders, to foster the community, to let people know that yes, you are not alone, you can be heard. Yeah. So the PES tournament was supposed to start on Saturday. I don't know if it started.
I doubt. I don't know. I don't know if it actually started, but at about that time when they scheduled for the tournament, there was no light in school. So I don't know.
Bring confirmation from the organizers to you, but for now, there's no news on the Pest tournament, yes.
Okay, so we don't know if the PES tournament started. So it's supposed to hold in Hall B, yeah? So we don't really know. FUHSO Fantasy.
Premier League is back, boys, girls, everyone who is in. Oh,
You are a
God.
male XY chromosome. Premier League is back, please.
And if you are also a female, yeah, there are also females there. So
yeah.
Premier League is back, and with that, the FUHSO Fantasy.
The fantasy league has taken off, and man, this week has just been hot. Especially like some of these guys. I don't know whether they are like prescience or like they have like maybe the spirit spoke to them, or I don't know. Like prophecy is working in this school because I don't know how you will know that Haaland will go and do also. Well, let me just say that some guys have done really well this week. Like I'm seeing points in like 80s, 90s, and that's really high on standard. My team didn't do so. But well, anyhow, I'm just happy that all of us football fans are having something to just give us some take some small stress away. You could see a lot of guys in the common room. I said that's in Dr. Sosa. Come on, we're watching all of us watching the match together, and then just shouting our teams like let our players score, and it's just more fun things happening in FUHSO, and that's just why we're excited for the FUHSO Fantasy League. Yeah. Just hope guys stay interested in it like all the way, even with all the stress and everything we're doing.
TDB people have been having some issues because there was no lights in the Hall A, so they were only left with Hall B and the mini halls. And
you also see people littered around the school premises looking for where there's lights, like maybe in front of the academic building, in front of this, in that car park or wherever there's lights, because the halls now are filled up with students preparing for tests, for steeplechase, medical students all around, and underlevel students all around. And yes, so shortage of one hall has made every other person to move to the other halls. And I don't know, I know in the last podcast when you guys talked about the hall under construction.
Yes, the lecture complex that they are building, close to the basketball court. Yeah, I think they have started the roofing for it. I don't know if they are done with it.
If they are not done, then it should be like 98%. Because I know I visited that basketball court. It was Friday, Saturday. And between Friday and Saturday, they were like almost done. As when I left there on Saturday, they were constantly working on it, and they just had a little fraction of the roofings.
Well, that's just the outside. They still have to do some installations inside, like the stage for the lectures. They have to do all those
At least it's good to see progress.
Yes, it's good to see progress. Hopefully they are done soon. It's still the raining season, so guys, don't keep flirting with mosquitoes. Get mosquito nets or repellents, and also practice good hygiene habits like keeping your environment clean and getting rid of any stagnant water.
I don't know if you've ever gone past Dr. Sosa. I know people that go for is it NIFES, FCS? Like they usually go past. There's this very big puddle in front of Dr. Sosa where I feel like that's a very big breeding ground for those mosquitoes. So I don't know how.
I don't know. In fact, Otukpo is a very big breeding ground for mosquitoes because there are bushes all around. Like you don't even know what's biting you. That's the problem. That's the point. The other day I was beside someone and he killed an insect that like taking a lot of his blood, and it wasn't mosquito, it wasn't sunflies, it was something else. So guys, we don't know what may be causing any health problems at about this time, so everyone should please do their best to stay healthy, cover yourselves properly even during the day, yes, because a lot of things are flying. Otukpo is somewhere close to the west or so there are trees and bushes around, so if we don't actually know what's breeding in these places so far.
And so just try to keep yourself safe to prevent any illnesses or sicknesses, and watch the water you drink. If you are still listening to this point and you are enjoying this episode, do make sure to share it with your friends. You can check out our social media pages at FUHSO Insiders on all social media platforms: YouTube, Threads, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. Just on FUHSO Chats. Yes, don't forget to connect with us on FUHSO Chats. Let us know what you think about this episode in the interact section if you are listening on Spotify or on Anchor. We'd like to hear your feedback. I think that's a wrap. Thank you, Francis, and thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Mantra. It's been amazing co-hosting with you guys.
Always a pleasure, Mantra.
Thank you guys for listening. Always remember to stay curious, stay engaged, and stay creative.